Hello everyone, welcome to English with Kamlesh show. दोस्तों, you don't need to learn English to impress people, but you need to learn English to survive in 21st century. In today's show, I have very special guest. His name is Sanjay Choudhary. Today, we are going to discuss with him that how he became international English language trainer. Sanjay sir, are you ready for the conversation?
Yes, I'm super excited for this.
Who is Sanjay Choudhary?
So, if you ask me who is Sanjay Choudhary,
How English changed your life?
it changed completely.
How much it was difficult for a student who studied in a government school, your medium was Hindi, to
Uh,
learn English? How was it?
It is difficult because a single thought that comes in your brain, you can make it true, as Kamlesh sir has done in his life.
So देख रहे हो विनोद, अगर तुम्हें इंग्लिश आती है इस तरीके से, you can earn a lot of money or tons of money. What differences do you find between Indian tongue and Taiwanese tongue or international English tongue?
Yeah, you mean you're talking about the accent.
How much grammar is important for learning spoken English? So what Sanjay sir wants to tell?
I would say something about this book. I was kept on.
There are many teachers who tell the students that if you want to learn English, you have to watch English movies. Do you really think that watching English movies will help you to learn English?
Not really. I mean, you would love to listen this. I did practices with my buffaloes because I live in a village. And
Who supported you in your difficult time? Like for the beginners, what steps or what tips they should follow?
so,
Mass study is helping now millions of people. What do you think about mass studying, about me also?
I found some of the students who have joined your classes. So after joining the classes, like they got changes. They were communicating in English.
What guidance or what tips do you want to share at the end of this podcast to the audience?
I would say
Hello everyone, welcome to English with Kamlesh show. दोस्तों, you don't need to learn English to impress people, but you need to learn English to survive in 21st century. In today's show, I have very special guest. His name is Sanjay Choudhary. He comes from MP Madhya Pradesh, and today we are going to discuss with him that how he became international English language trainer. I would like to give you a brief introduction of our today's guest. Mr. Sanjay Choudhary comes from a very small village called Rajoda, and he teaches for TOEFL exam and IELTS exam, which are the biggest exam of the world. And if you want to go to the foreign or if you want to visit foreign countries, you must know about these exams. Sanjay Choudhary, who studied in a Hindi medium school and lived in a village, today he has a great command over English language, and his name is a brand name in India for English teaching. Sanjay sir, I welcome you in today's show.
thank you so much, sir, for having me here.
Thank you so much. Podcast will be very interesting because I will ask him many questions and we will have a question answer session. He will also discuss some of the very important tips. He will give you idea that how he learned English and how English changed his life. Sanjay sir, are you ready for the conversation?
Yes, I'm super excited for this.
That's great. First question to you, Sanjay sir, that who is Sanjay Choudhary?
So, if you ask me who is Sanjay Choudhary, so I would say like Sanjay Choudhary, like I am a teacher, an international tutor, and I have students from Taiwan, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Japan, Korea, Thailand, and I teach the student for IELTS, TOEFL, SAT. I also teach the people for corporate training, just like some professional meetings, presentations, and there are many things I cover. And it's really nice to become a teacher, as like Kamlesh sir, he is also a mentor in India, and he teaches variety of students. So I feel myself grateful to be a teacher, and I really enjoy my work.
That's great, Sanjay sir. Sanjay sir, I'm very impressed with your English, and definitely the students will be.
Thank you so much.
My first question, which is very important for the audience also,
Okay.
because I would like to tell you that English changed my life.
Okay,
I am Kamlesh and I come from a very small village called Rehegaon.
Definitely.
And today I have a great empire of English.
Okay.
But as I came to know that you also came from a village, and today I can see that you have a great command over English language. How English changed your life?
English changed my life completely because today, whatever I am, just because of English, if you remove English from my personality, I see myself having nothing. So I earn money, I earn fame, I got many things in my life, I got many friends, many international connections, I learned different countries, traditions, cultural activities, and there are many things. And it happened just because of English. So English has changed my life completely.
That's great, Sanjay sir. So definitely English also changed my life. And the people, those who are watching this podcast, their life also will be changed after watching
We
this
would
because
love to
they
change their lives. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So as I come to know that English changed your life, my
Right.
second question is that what's your village name and what do you do exactly right now?
Right now, like I live in a village called Rajoda, as you said, and Rajoda is a very beautiful village, and it is surrounded by a very good temple called Chamunda Mata Mandir, where there is a goddess Mataji. I mean, people feel devotion, and it's like a complete place where people love to come. They visit, and we enjoy the atmosphere. The village has greenery. It has a peacefulness. We have farms, we have crops, we have the color of the birds, and we really enjoy the life in village. So I am living in a village at the moment, and I'm teaching online to different countries, different accents. I can speak about 3 to 4 accents. Along with this, I can speak a little bit Chinese as well. I mean the Mandarin, Cantonese, and this is how I live my life, and I really feel very happy living in this way.
Uh, you live in a village, Rajoda.
Right, right.
Okay, so it is in Devas district.
It comes in Devas district, right?
And-
It is like a 4 kilometer away from Devas.
Okay, and it is the part of Madhya Pradesh.
Yeah, right.
That's great. I know that, like I heard as we were having conversation.
Right.
So you told me that you studied in a government school.
Right.
How much it was difficult for a student who studied in a government school? Your medium was Hindi to learn English. How was it?
It is difficult because you know what happened with me, because when I was in my fifth standard, I did not have a book called English. So when I entered in the sixth class, I found like we had another book, an extra book called English Reader. And when I saw the book, I found like the letters are in different language. I mean, we did not see English before that. So the first time when I saw English, I found like it is really very difficult to read it. So for me, it is the beginning time in sixth standard I started reading English. Then it took me 1 year to become a reader in English. Then somewhere or the other I did some efforts, and I start speaking English. So now I can speak English. And so the journey started with the sixth class. For the first time when I had an English book and I started reading it, I learned like the alphabetical things, just like a B C D. So I started from the very beginning, and I knew like how it comes when somebody learns English from a very initial stage.
That's great. Guys, one thing I would like to let you know that we will have a great conversation in coming time. But before that, I just want to let you know, if you are new on our channel, please subscribe and please like. And if you want to come to our podcast, which is called English with Kamlesh, then you can just put us mail, because email ID has been given into the description. So you just can put a mail and then we will contact you. Must share your contact number, or you can directly come to our office also, which is in Sanawad in Indore. Sanjay sir,
Yeah.
you studied in a government school, that's
Right.
okay. But you are also from a village. So we are covering a village background.
Okay.
So in village, normally in your village, I think Malvi is spoken.
Yeah, we speak Malvi in our family, but the regional language we speak is Hindi.
Hindi.
The Indian language, right.
So when you had been learning English that time,
Right.
so how much it was difficult for you to learn, because did people laugh at you कि यार ये क्या सीख रहा है, English तो हमारी भाषा ही नहीं है, ये सीख ही नहीं पाएगा? What was that?
People, yes, many of my friends, they used to laugh when I used to try and speak English. Even though, like right now, we have many facilities to speak English. We have like Kamlesh sir's channel, Mass Study, where you can learn. Along with this, you find the people around you who can speak English. Your friends who are studying in different colleges, they are compatible to speak English. But if I see myself, because I'm talking about in the year of 2006, at that time we did not have this much of sources where we can connect with the situation. People, the real life people whom we can speak English. And as you know, like to speak English, you need to have practices. If you don't have practices, it's really difficult for you to be better in English. So initially, I faced the problem like I did not have people whom I can speak, I can practice, the people who can correct me. It was not having many kind of like study material. Like right now, we have a chat GPT, we have AI technology, and there are many things you can find out where you can practice. But on that time, we did not have sources to learn English. So yes, it is difficult for me to learn, but yes, it was something I had a passion, I had a fire, I was like passionate about learning, and I learned it. I mean, this is something I had a dream for, and I did it.
That's great, and finally your dream came true.
Yes, right.
And I wish everybody's dream must come true, guys. Sanjay sir, you're very impressive. You teach Taiwanese students, as
Right.
we know that you are an international English teacher. I also teach internationally, but I focus on Indian students.
Right.
But you have been teaching to the Taiwanese students for a long time.
Right. It's been
So
like
how do you
8
teach?
years.
Like, how do you contact them? How do you teach? Please, our audience want to know.
Generally, like to start teaching in Taiwan, you need to have some context. There are some websites where you can make your profile. Once you make a profile, you add your strong points, your specializations. People will visit your profile, and then you get some matches. Matches in the sense like people, students, they contact you in the form of messages. You need to give the message. You receive message. You fulfill their query, and then you can have a trial class maybe for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And once you feel that you are compatible for that student, or the student is happy with your learning, your teaching, then you make a bridge, and you can then talk about the price, the duration for the classes and everything, and this is how it goes. So it's not very difficult. I mean, generally people don't think that they can go abroad and study, but yes, if you want, if you work on it, it can come true. You can make contacts. You can teach in any country, not in Taiwan. I teach like in Taiwan, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Japan, Korea, and the other countries. But there are many. One of my friends, he teaches Sanskrit and he teaches in UK, and he earns a big amount of money. So I feel like you need to explore yourself. If you have a quality, if you have something, skills that you can devote for the people, you can definitely go for it. Ways are there. Now we are living in a global era where everything is possible. A single thought that comes in your brain, you can make it true, as Kamlesh sir has done in his life.
So देख रहे हो विनोद, अगर तुम्हें इंग्लिश आती है इस तरीके से, you can earn a lot of money or tons of money. So that's why I'm telling you, if you are really interested, just call the given number and just contact and join our online classes so that you can become like him or you can become better than us. So Sanjay sir, that's very interesting. But
I'm really enjoying the conversation with you, and I really feel very happy to come out here. Like initially, when the first day, 10 days before, I just called Kamlesh sir and I asked him to come down to his show and to devote the things like to share something. And he's a very generous person. He's a big person at the moment in the field of English teaching, but he did not like mention something like that, and he admitted, he asked me, yes Sanjay, you can come down. And today I got a chance. In the morning we had a conversation and he said, yes, you come down. And I was super excited. All the way from Devas, like Rajoda, to here, it was a mounted area. Like when I was coming out here, a very nearby place is called Omkareshwar, a river called Narmada that flows from out here, and it's really a beautiful place. If you get a chance to come down to this podcast, I mean to have a podcast with Kamlesh sir, do come out here. Not only for shooting the podcast, you will see a very beautiful scenery and you feel peaceful from your heart. So I'm super excited. I'm really feeling very happy.
That's great. That's great. Thank you so much, sir. Like you are appreciating me and I'm feeling like, wow. But I would like to keep myself calm and cool because we will come to the another section also of this podcast, because he is also a good practitioner of yoga and meditation. So we'll cover that part later in the same podcast. But my question is, as you were international English teacher,
right?
So when you teach internationally,
right?
So what differences do you find between Indian tongue and Taiwanese tongue or international English tongue?
Yeah, you mean you're talking about the accent. So as like in India, we speak neutral accent. We speak the vocabulary. So for the international student, it is really very difficult to understand the different syllable, different phonetics, different voices. For example, if you say like a T sound, D sound, B sound, so it would be really difficult for the people who are living in different countries, like in Taiwan especially, because I am very much familiar with the Taiwanese audience. So when I speak English and I say like I am doing, so it doesn't sound like a doing, booing, anything, it comes out. Basically, there are some words, some vocabulary, we need to change the accent, we need to go in American one. For example, like you say, like in Indian English, we say capacity, but actually in American, it becomes capacity. So like a T sound, B sound, P sound, we say like photographer and photographer. So Indian English is somewhat neutral. We speak faster. We don't make many pauses. Punctuation marks are generally not being admired by the people who are really very good speakers. But when you speak American English, when you deal with the Taiwanese people, you need to focus over some punctuation marks. You need to find out like where you need to, you have to give pressure to your vocabulary. Some specific vocabularies are there. Just like in India, when somebody asks you, do you like to have a tea or coffee? And you say no. but in American English, in Taiwanese, they say not really, which sounds the same. I mean, when you say not really, it means the same like no. So saying no is something like insulting somebody. This is why people have chosen another word that's called not really. So these kind of changes are there. And when you learn American English, when you learn Taiwanese English, so you feel that it is a different taste. You would love to speak it. It is much polite than the Indian English. It doesn't mean Indian English is, I mean, something like that. You can speak Indian English also, because when you study with mass study, you definitely get improved and you become very good. But once you do that and you feel that you need to explore other countries, then I would love to suggest that you should focus over your accent, because there are many job opportunities you can cover on if you know American accent.
That's great. That's great. You are flawless, Sanjay sir. I would like to give you one example. When I teach English, so I find the students from tier 3, tier 4 cities, or even from a village. So the first time when a student comes to me, so when I say when I show him pani and I ask him what is this, he says, sir, this is water. So I really enjoy. I never feel bad, because I know from where he comes.
Right.
So that's why he says water. So in Indian tongue, or a lower down Indian tongue, it is water.
Definitely.
When I teach him little bit, he says, yeah, it's water. But in a British, it is water.
Water, right.
And in American, it is water.
Definitely.
So there are multiple layers, there are multiple levels of speaking English. And as Sanjay sir said, that if you want to become fluent in English, just work on your accent, work on your fluency,
right.
Work on your pronunciation. And if you watch such kind of podcast, you will definitely improve your pronunciation. That's great. My next question is very simple, and this question is asked by many people, that sir, how much grammar is important for learning spoken English? So what Sanjay sir wants to tell, is really grammar important?
It depends. For example, like what kind of psychology you have to speak English. Like for some people, they speak English by some surrounding knowledge. Like, I mean, if you are living in a place where many people are speaking English, so I think you don't need to learn grammar. You can speak directly. You see many celebrities just like a Shah Rukh Khan or like a Aishwarya, Priyanka Chopra. There are many, and they speak very good English. Somewhere or the other, they commit some grammatical mistake also. Recently, I watched one of the interviews from Shah Rukh Khan, and he said he don't know. I mean, it should be he doesn't know. So it is like not been something people notice that. But yes, if you are a person who focus over the structure for the grammatical portion, you feel that your thoughts are not being created and you need to speak English by using some formula just like a tenses or like I have seen some of the videos from Kamlesh sir where he teaches some kind of vocabulary, some kind of structure that can be used to formate the sentences. So if you are a formative person and if you need to think before speak, then I would say you need to learn some basic grammatical structure first, which are there. He has published one of the books. I don't know whether you people are aware of it. Sir, have you told them, our audience, about the book?
Yes, this is the book, guys. The name of the book is Mass Spoken English Book, which is available on Flipkart and Amazon. Directly you can buy. So
I would say something about this book. I was kept on wait by Kamlesh sir for 30 minutes, and during that time I was reading that book. This book is a super book. I mean, I would say he has included everything that somebody needs to speak English. So thank you so much, sir, for giving such kind of publication. So let me continue with that. I mean, I was saying that yes, if you are a person who's formulative kind of person, you need to speak when you think. So yes, you should have some kind of grammatical knowledge, the basic idea about the language, and once you know that, you can speak it. But keeping practices will not make you become. You have to know the grammatical portion all the time, because when Kamlesh sir speaks, he doesn't need to focus over the grammar. Even he has a filter in his brain. He doesn't need to check whether he is making grammatical mistake at the time of speaking or not. He speaks correct English. Or maybe if somebody speaks wrong English, like if somebody says he did not wanted, so he would correct. He would understand in his brain like, oh no, it should not be he did not wanted. It should be he did not want. So it happens when you do practices, a lot of practices, when you are clean from your brain, then it doesn't feel error, mistakes or something. You can speak very smoothly and it becomes really very easy. So the answer for the question is yes, it is both. For some people it is needed to speak using the grammatical portion, and for some people they can be with the flow and they don't need any grammatical thing. They can speak directly. Yes.
That's great. That's great. Amazing, Sanjay sir. You're already flawless. I'm so excited to listen to you even. Let's be personal now,
Sure,
because
sure,
it's
sure.
been time that we were talking about English only.
Okay, but
Let's
don't
talk
ask me
about.
the personal question. I mean, I would be a limited person. I won't share my personal things.
Yeah. I am not going to ask that so-called personal questions. What's your dream country like? Because you are international teacher, so
Right.
I would like to know that where, if you wish to go. So, what's your dream country? Where do you want to
Uh,
work?
to be very honest, I haven't been to any country, but yes, like for last 7 years, or I would say 8 years, I have been teaching in Taiwan, and I know different cities in Taiwan like Taipei, Taichung, Guangzhou, Chai, Hsinchu, Hualien, Yilan. Like these are the names of the cities. I mean, it would be awkward for you because these are the Chinese names. So I would say, like, if I get a chance to visit any country, or if you're asking about my dream country, so I would say it's Taiwan. And why it is Taiwan? Because Taiwan is surrounded by some beautiful scenery. You know, the atmosphere in Taiwan is really very pleasant. You feel peaceful from your brain. I'm a meditative person. I, like doing meditation in the morning. I do yoga. So I need a place where I can feel peaceful. I can feel loneliness. There are some beautiful rivers in Taiwan. When you visit Taiwan, you feel the people, even you see the quality of the people. They are really very honest, very generous, polite. When you deal with them, when you talk with them, you feel very happy. It inherits you to be more closer to them. So yes, Taiwan is a really nice country. Have you ever been to any other country, sir? I mean,
No.
I should not ask because he's the person. He needs to ask the question. But I'm very excited. He's really very kind of person. I need to ask him some questions as well. Have you been to any country?
No. I just had been in Nepal, but not in other countries.
So I would suggest that if you ever get a chance, do come. I mean, do go to Taiwan. You would love the atmosphere out there.
Definitely, if Taiwanese people invite me as a speaker.
I would share this video with my Taiwanese audience as well, and they would
Yeah.
love to see that I'm praising the country.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to go there. Sanjay sir, being do you remember any incident where you were laughed at by people because of English? People
Not laugh,
might
but
have.
I would say it's like I was insulted by somebody.
You were insulted, yeah. So the exact question is that any incident which you remember that you had been insulted by someone because of English?
Yeah, I can remember one of the incident. It was a time when I was in my 12th grade, and we were required to learn computer. So there was a computer class nearby my city, and I, along with my 4 friends, we joined one computer center to learn some graphic designing. So there was a madam, and she was teaching us graphic designing. So she opened Photoshop. You know, Photoshop is a software where you learn designing. You can edit the photographs and the other things. So she was started teaching, and she taught the first thing. She said, like, this is the layout. You need to add this attribution. I clicked my brain. I mean, if something I don't learn, I don't accept. So I asked the man, I questioned to ma'am, madam, what is the meaning for attribute? What is the meaning of layout? And she became angry at me. Then she started saying me like, why you are asking me this question? You must have the knowledge about English. If you don't have the knowledge about English, why have you come here to learn computer? If you really want to learn computer, you must have the idea about English. Then I let it be. Then it was the third day. Then again, I came up with a new word. She was teaching something, the layers, layouts, and some other things. So in layer also, I was having some kind of questions. She was talking like, you need to click on this option and you need to flatten these layers. Now, what is the meaning of flatten? Because if I don't know what is flatten, how can I use it in my daily life? How can I be acquainted with that software? Then she became very angry and she went to the manager and she said, sir, I'm very much fed up with the student called Sanjay. He is actually making me depressed in the class. He is irritating. And then during that session in the class, there were many girls, many boys, and in front of all the students, she insulted me. She said to me like, you are a bloody villager. You cannot do in your life. You don't have any idea. You've been a villager always. And that stuck my heart. And then I decided like I have to be a speaker to speak English. And then I started working. I did many things to be on this level, to become an international English tutor. And I knew myself like what I did. I would be sharing this with you as well. So yes, it was something like insulted. And I feel like everyone should be insulted in his or her life, because every insult will give a big change in your life. So if you are feeling ever insulted, then you see that you are going to make some changes in your life. This should be like a positive symbol in your life.
That's great. As I told you that he is a very mature man, and now he has a kind of sagar of knowledge in English. So that's great. I would like to share one incident of my life,
Sure.
like when I was a child and I was studying in a 7th standard. So because I was in a government school, so even I was in 7th standard, I didn't know the spelling of lion.
Okay.
So the teacher came and we were making fun in the class. The teacher came and he asked one question.
Okay.
He just told me, stand up. And I was, because for me, I thought ki now it's time to, to be bitten. So he asked me, what is spelling of lion? And I said, lion means what? So because we that time we used to say lion.
Okay, lion
Because
and lion,
Indian
right.
tongue is something different. So I said, sir, Layan, it is lion. And without thinking anything, even though he spoke lion,
Okay.
what is spelling of lion? Because he was a government teacher. So I said, Layn, lion. He said, idiot, you don't know the spelling of lion. And he started beating me. I said, okay, just beat me, because that time beating was very normal thing.
You're right. It happens actually in India. The pronunciation is something the people, even the spelling for pronunciation and the pronunciation for pronunciation is also wrong. Some people say pronunciation.
Exactly.
Actually, it is pronunciation. So there are many. I visited many schools in India because sometimes or the other I get a chance to go for some motivational seminars, or maybe I conduct some kind of. Recently, I connected with an NGO, and we work over the democracy and citizenship. So I've been connected with many of the teachers in India. Even the teachers, they are also making mistakes in pronunciation. So I think in India, Indian people, they need to focus more over their pronunciation, because they are making many mistakes in that. I mean, it should be improved. It should be worked on,
Exactly.
right?
So I was just completing that. Actually, the teacher himself pronounced wrongly that word, which is called lion. It was lion. If he would have taught me lion, so I would have told the right spelling. I was beaten, senselessly.
It happens. Like recently, in my family there is a child. His name is Ujwal, and when I ask him like, "What is the day today?" and he say Wednesday. Actually, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday. So people say Wednesday. Like the name of months, people say January, February, January, February, March, May. So people are making mistake in that, the smallest thing. So why it happens? Because maybe, I mean, I'm not blaming Indian teachers, but yes, somewhere or the other, the Indian teachers, they need to focus on it. It doesn't mean you are a primary teacher, you are teaching the small grade students, but yes, you should teach correct students the correct grammar, correct pronunciation.
Exactly. So moving forward, do you watch movies?
Yes, I am very much fond of watching movies.
So watching movies is very interesting, but there are many teachers who tell the students that if you want to learn English, you have to watch English movies. Do you really think that watching English movies will help you to learn English?
Not really. I mean, if you are on a beginning level, I feel it will not help you a lot. Why it happens? Let me tell you the psychology what happens when you watch English movies. For example, you started HBO and you are watching any English movie which comes in English subtitles and the language is American English, where the hero says, "Don't mess with me, I'll make your life hell." And you see, you focus on that line, you try to learn, I mean, you try to understand that line, what the speaker is talking about, you start getting the meaning in your brain. All of a sudden you see the second line and you get into the second line, then there is a third line, the fourth line, you are stuck, you are still into the third line, you are getting the meaning. He said the one of the words that you are not knowing the meaning for, and then you see, oh, let it be, we only have to see the scenario, the kind of scene, what is going on, the hero is beating with the villain, you're watching that and you don't understand anything. So I would suggest, instead of watching English movies, you can go for some kind of shows. If you if you look for something, so you can go for some English dramas which is available in English. I would say there is a drama called Friends, which is in very easy English. I mean, it is an American accent. So if you are a learner who wants to improve your American English, you want to improve your listening capacity, then you search Friends. There is a drama in English called, and it can be very easy for you to understand, and it will definitely give you improvement. So this is my perception. But yes, for some people, they practice English by watching movies. It works when you are on a different level, when you are on an intermediate level, when you are having your advanced vocabulary that you can cop up with the situation.
That's
Yes.
great. That's great. And definitely watching movie does not help much. It is only for those people who already know English.
Absolutely.
Because American movies or British movies, they have a great accent. They
Absolutely.
speak very fast.
One more thing I would add on in this
yeah.
one. But still, there is a point. If you keep on watching for a long time of duration, like if you watch one movie, two movies, if you finish more than 100 movies, then you feel that you get changes. It doesn't mean initially you don't get a single word, but when you keep on doing it, it will certainly give you results. For those people who are really good at watching movies, or they are having, like, there are many scientific movies, science fiction movies are there in like a Hollywood, and people love to watch in India. So if you keep on watching it just for the practices, one day or the other you will become familiar with those vocabulary, those kind of composition will be the part of your brain, so it will help you when you speak English. So those composition will help you to generate thoughts, and it would be really very easy for you to speak English during that time.
Yeah, that's great. So Sanjay sir, just the next question is again personal question.
Sure.
That, it's not about that personal. It's about because audience wants to know. Because when they look someone who is better than them, they always want to know more about them.
Okay.
So how much time it took you to learn English, and what was the process?
For me, I would say I'm still in a state of learning. It doesn't mean like I'm the complete one. I know everything in English. Every day I learn something. Yesterday I came to know one of the phrases in English, and I add on in my vocabulary, in my composition. So for me, I learned. I would recall my starting 2 months. It took me 2 months to be familiar with the basic grammatical functions. Just like maybe there are different psychology, different tactics, different methodology people are having to learn. Like Kamlesh sir, I saw his videos, and he's having a different way, a unique way to teach. So I learned by the basic grammar situations, like what you are speaking in present situations. There are 3 situations we know, like a present, past, and future. So you must know all the situations that occur in your brain when you are speaking English in present. When you are speaking in past, you must know what kind of vocabularies are there, or what kind of helping verbs are there that you need to add on, you need to comprise of at the time of speaking in past. There are some rules also, just like when you are speaking in past, you are not able to come down to present to continue that. You need to finish that in past. When you are in present, you can speak in past, you can speak in future. So there are the things. So for me, it took around like I would say 60 days initially to be competent with that grammatical structure, the basic grammar. And after that, I started doing practices. I kept on practices. I did practices with many things. I mean, you would love to listen this. I did practices with my buffaloes, because I live in a village and we have got 4 buffaloes. So I had to do the practice, but in village there is nobody whom I can practice. And also I need somebody who can correct me. So my buffaloes are there, and I used to go to my field taking my buffaloes with me. So I used to speak English with them. I mean, I'm describing my day like, oh, I woke up today and I did that and I met my friend. So buffaloes, they are just, moving their head here and there. So it was interesting. I mean, it is the part of learning. So I did practice with buffaloes even. It doesn't make any sense to make practice, but I opened myself. I urged myself. I made myself empty the thoughts I had in my brain. So this is how I did my practices. And I think I was having a passion. I was having a fire to learn. And this is why I could learn. And for everybody who's having a high desire, a very strong willpower, and anybody can learn, I feel so.
That's great. We are very impressed. Your story is very interesting. Talking to buffaloes was not easy for you, but you did it. And this is called insane practice.
Yeah.
So everybody has to become insane. Why? Because if you want to go to the rich or to the top, you have to become insane. Normal people cannot go there. I also used to practice, like when I was learning English, I used to ride on bicycle, and while going to somewhere,
Okay.
because I started learning after my 12th standard.
Right.
So that time I had a bicycle, even my college days. Nowadays, the students who are in the college, they don't ride bicycle because they feel insulted. But now those were the days we did not even.
Absolutely. And I also want to add one more thing. Like Kamlesh sir, he's also from like down to earth. If you, I mean, I don't know whether you know about him more about or not. Like he's also taken out the things from a very scratch. I saw him. I mean, I came to know about his story. He learned the things from a very beginning things. He was the one who did research. Like he did not sleep for many nights. And today whatever he is, whatever the setup he has done up with, the subscriber base he has, he has got many mentors, many members in his team who work for him. So it is because of he did hard work. And whenever you do hard work in your life, you are passionate about something, you achieve it. And I feel really very happy. You, sir, you are the inspiration for many people.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's all about your love and no affection. I really feel blessed that I am surrounded people like you. One thing, that who supported you in your difficult time, like because everybody has a
Right.
struggle time, difficult time. So, do you want to share any name?
It would be like not
Injustice?
yeah, it would be injustice to say the name of anybody. But yes, there are many friends I have, and those friends supported me. Even in my family, like I lost my father in a very early age when I was around 6 years old. My father was a diabetic person, so he died because of diabetic, and so I did not get much support from my family. My brother is there; he supported me, and out of my brother, there are many friends I had, and those supported me all the way to my journey. Whether I had a financial crisis, I had any problem I faced in my life, my friends, they came together and they helped me out in it. So I'm very much thankful to all of my friends who supported me during the way in my journey.
Sanjay sir, we are moving towards end, but I have some couple of questions
Sure,
left.
sure.
What tips would you like to give to the students, those who are learning English or those who are beginners? Or those who are like at mediocre level?
Okay.
So first of all, for the beginners, what steps or what tips they should follow?
So, if you are a beginner and if you want to improve your English, so first of all, you need to have a certain target. I mean, you should ask one question to yourself why you are learning English. Is there really a need for learning English? Because if there is no need, then unfortunately, it won't be possible for you to be a very good speaker in English. You should have a high desire. You should have a strong reason to learn English. So, once you have to develop one reason and once you are ready with the reason, then you only need to focus. I mean, if you are connected with Kamlesh sir, you can follow like his steps. The way he has developed the concept are really very effective, very impulsive. You can certainly learn English by watching the videos or joining his classes. But still, I would say that you need to be familiar with the basic grammatical concepts like present, past, and future. If you are going by tense, that will be better. If you are using some kind of rules, just like a could have plus third form, has to, has a plus third form, can, could, did, does. I mean, there are many rules, structures you see. So you can go by that way. Once you feel comfortable by all the grammatical things, you feel okay in your brain that you know the sentences for all the situations, you speak out, and then try doing practices. Find out a person whom you can do practices. There are many people. If you don't have a person, go to AI will support you. You ask the questions. What I did, let me share one of the incident, because when I was learning English, so I did not have people whom I can practice with. I can explore myself. So what I did, I found out some contact details for some toll-free numbers, just like Maruti Suzuki, Indian Airlines, or maybe any company. So the first thing I tried it, I called on a toll-free number for Maruti Suzuki. The number was 180-120-199. I called on this number. There was a girl who picked the call. Her name was Nisha, and she said, "Hello, I'm Nisha. How may I assist you? Welcome to Maruti Suzuki." Then I was speechless because I don't know how to answer, what to give the answer. So then I cut down the call and I thought like, oh, it is not my cup of tea. I cannot do that. Then second time I tried it. And this time I said, my name is Sanjay and I'm calling from Rajoda and I want to buy a car, and I cut down the call.
Okay.
So like gradually I had many questions. Then I had like, I want to buy a car. What is the price for the car? Which color you offer? What kind of mileage it gives? Then I called on Indian Airlines and I'm a passenger. I want to travel from here to Bangalore. So it was something like I did practice. So you need somebody whom you can practice. Either you can join a class where teacher can help you, can listen to you, can correct you, or you can have a friend. But I like now we are living in an era where everybody is busy. Nobody is free for you to devote his or her time. So it's better you can join Kamlesh sir's class. Here you see, I saw like there are many mentors. He has a team of more than 50 mentors who are really extraordinary, having a very good command over their concepts. And the kind of structure he has developed are outstanding. And why it is outstanding, you see like the people, you see there are many buttons out here, like the golden button, silver button, diamond button. Why? Because he is dealing with the quality. He is really making changes in people's life by teaching them, by inheriting their skills. So certainly you can join the class and it will definitely help you out to be a good speaker in English.
That's great. That's great. It's like I think that the audience, those who are listening to you, they must be thinking that he should keep speaking. And really, I am, even though I am also thinking that he should keep speaking because we really like to listen to you. Now let's talk about the second segment of our podcast, that is about meditation.
Okay.
But before that, I would like to appreciate you guys. A boy who comes from a village called Rajoda, and today he is an international English teacher, trainer, mentor. Why? Because he practiced, he really worked hard. So as much as he is appreciating me, he also deserves the same respect. He also deserves the same,
Thank you so much for your
Thank
kind
you, thank
words.
you. So let's talk about
Okay.
meditation. So I heard that you're also a trainer for a meditation, or you
Right.
guide the people for meditation.
Right.
So why do you think that the meditation is very important for people in today's life?
See, today we are living in the age where we are having many things, many situations occur in our brain, in our surroundings. I mean, you are fighting in your family, your father is scolding you, you are not having good understanding, mutual understanding with your partner, with your brother, with your siblings. So these all things make, a blush in your brain, and you don't feel focused on certain things. Maybe sometimes you become embarrassed, you feel stress, you have anxiety in your brain. Many people, they are facing depression. So in that situation, it is good for you to be into the state of meditation. If you are doing meditation every day, not for like an hour, just for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or maybe 15 minutes, you feel changes gradually in your brain. You start focusing on your work, you feel that you have a inside some extra power to generate something, a kind of power in your brain that can, uplift you to do something. So meditation make you feel peaceful in your life, and this is why, like, I do meditation every day. I guide the people. If people, they are feeling stressed, they are not focusing on their work, and they are not able to do their work completely, they feel like they need to work for long hours and they are unable to focus on it. So I meditate them. There are some techniques, some breathing techniques are there. Maybe if Kamlesh sir calls me another time in the next podcast, I will share one of the meditation with you. I mean, I will make you meditate live for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and definitely on the screen watching this, you would see changes in your brain. So meditation is a very effective process, and it definitely gives a change in your brain.
Definitely, I will also try to do meditate, because when I sit for meditation, I just feel sleepy. Maybe because I am not much focused. But yeah, I used to do, and I will try to continue because now I am inspired. So that's great. After talking on many questions, now it's time to talk about mass study. So mass study is helping now millions of people. What do
Right.
you think about mass studying, about me also?
I would really appreciate your efforts, and I am very thankful to Kamlesh sir also, because see, he is openly saying the people to come down to his podcast and to join it. It doesn't happen in the reality. You see many people who are doing the podcast. Do they ever call people to come? And are they really very acceptable, very open to accept the people to come down to see his show? Like, I'm the same. I'm having the same build, but still he is like calling me up. He's showing me his system. Like, when I visited his office, I saw the people who's working for him. So I'm really very impressed with the personality like Kamlesh sir. He's a really generous person. He's really very honest, very loyal for the profession he's doing. He's really very hardworking, and we see that because of hard work also he has attained something. If I talk about the concept, the methodology, or maybe the teaching module he has, really very impressive. I mean, if you are having a zeal of learning English, I would highly recommend you to please join his classes. You would certainly see, if you tried many classes offline, online, and if you feel that you are not born to speak English, this is the person. He will make you speak English, because he has a power. He has a kind of, function. He can make speak English anybody. So he's a magical person, I would say, and you should definitely try this.
Thank you, thank you. You exaggerated, but thank you so much, and
No,
definitely,
that's
guys,
that's I have
mass
to say,
study is
because
another name of
I have
trust.
seen some of the student. I did not share this with you, but how I connected with you, because I found some of the students who have joined your classes. So after joined the classes, like, they got changes. They were communicating in English. So I asked them, like, how did you improve your English? And they said, like, we followed one of the channels on YouTube called Mass Studies, where Kamlesh sir, he teaches English, and he has a different kind of module and all. So certainly, like, the students are, I mean, I'm not exaggerating or maybe saying something which is getting over. It is the realistic thing. I found some people, some students who are really got change in their communication, and you deserve that.
Thank you so much. So, guys, today we are here because I'll keep asking him question and he'll keep giving answer because he's amazing, he's flawless. But we have to wind up also. The last question for the audience is, what guidance or what tips do you want to share at the end of this podcast to the audience?
I would say that, learning is the part of a journey. If you are making a blissful career, so language is a milestone. I mean, as you know, like we are living in a global era where people they need to learn different skills. Whether you are going to make your career in photography, in social media, in any stream you are going into, you must have the knowledge about English. So you should learn English. It doesn't mean like where you are learning from, but make yourself be good. I mean, you have to be very good acquaintance in communication. If you are good into communication, you can attain anything in your life. So work over your communication, and for better communication you can subscribe mass studies. You can join the classes, and that will definitely give you a big change in your communication. So this is my last word, like focus on your communication, think before you speak. You have to spend time with you. Generally you spend time on Instagram, Facebook, or with your friends, but just for this new year, focus on yourself, what you are speaking, how you are speaking, find out your weak points, work on that, and make yourself become more peaceful, more acquaintance for the upcoming opportunities in your life. So thank you so much. At the end, I would say to call me up out here. I feel very excited. I mean, I'm very much happy to be here to share the things with you and to connect with your audience. So thank you so much again to make me available for you.
Thank you, Sanjay sir. I hope guys you enjoyed this podcast. We have a lot of questions to ask him still, but we will call him second time whenever he will have a time. But I hope that you had a great things to know and you really got your answers, because you had many questions. Sir, how to learn English? How much it takes to time to learn English? Or there are many questions. Sanjay sir, he is a flawless speaker. He is an international English teacher. We will try to invite him to Master D team so that he could be the part of a great team, and we will also have his guidance for you all guys. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any question, please let me know in the comments, or how did you how much it was helpful for you all to watch this podcast. Please write your comment, write something special for Sanjay sir, because he will watch his podcast, and if you're watching from his area or his subscribers, thank you so much. You spent your time. I tried to bring out the things from him, and he really spoke openly, he spoke frankly. That was great. Thank you so much. If you are new on our channel, please like, subscribe and share. If you want to come on this podcast, I'm again inviting you openly, that just messages on any of our contact number, or you can mail us on massstudy2025 @gmail.com. This is our email ID. We hope you enjoyed and you had a great time. Thank you so much, Sanjay sir.
Thank you
Thanks
so much,
a lot.
sir.
Thank you. Goodbye. Take care.
Thank you so much.